The year is 2018, and after being an incredible player, offer for S1mple would finally break through to become an absolutely transcendent player. He'd become the #1 player in the world and damn near put his entire team on his back. He'd go on to do this for 5 years, eventually winning a major and becoming the undisputed best player in Counter-Strike history. At the time, okay? Get off my cocks, Iwu Glazer. Now, farmlings, if you grew up watching Counter-Strike around this time, you know the pure... I don't want to use the word aura anymore. I'm sick of aura. It's overused. I think we need a new word. s1mple's aroma. Probably not that one either. Listen, everyone wanted to be like s1mple from 2018 to 2020, okay? He was the man. And because of this, people would try to start imitating him. What? Countless YouTube tutorials will begin to pop up on what you can learn from s1mple's config, top 10 tips on how to play like s1mple, and just anything to be like 5% of what s1mple was. And a couple years after this initial hype, in 2023, s1mple would be benched on Na'Vi. And after being stuck on Na'Vi's bench for what felt like a millennia, light bulbs would begin to go off. Now that s1mple had all of this time on his hands, what if we did our own version of how to play like s1mple? Except this time, it would be the man himself as the teacher. s1mple would of course go on to partner with ESL Faceit Group in All-Stars promotion. And in May of 2024, s1mple would announce his educational project called Play Like s1mple. It was marketed as an elite CS2 training hub to help aspiring players elevate their game by learning s1mple strategies, mechanics, and mindset. Certainly an interesting sell. I wonder how much they'll charge. It was initially teased at $97 a year, which works out to around $8 a month. So honestly, not terrible, but this was of course also the early bird pricing, a discount that would end after 5 days, and a great way to cash in on hype and FOMO. If you waited, the price would be all the way up at $147. Fairly steep for a Counter-Strike course when there are thousands and thousands of videos online you can just watch for free. But then again, it was s1mple as the teacher, so maybe, just maybe, they could find a way to make this worth it. And it honestly sounded like it very well could be. The course was advertised to have things such as 70 exclusive video tutorials, monthly community tournaments with cash prizes, a private Discord server for personal communication with s1mple and his pro friends, private streams, skin giveaways, and events to build a real connection with fans. I mean, holy guacamole, that sounds great. But it doesn't even just end there. For people who didn't want to pay the $97, you could get 3 lessons for free just from signing up and becoming a registered user. The first 1,000 registered users would automatically participate in a raffle for a spot in a show match in CS2 skins. And the first 500 would receive a premium Faceit code in their email. After this course initially got announced, s1mple and Faceit would of course quickly get to advertising the absolute shit out of it, leveraging s1mple's name and brand heavily. Farmlings, do you stink fat chuds in Counter-Strike? Below 10k premier rating even? Or maybe you're a level 10 demon? Either way, there is absolutely room for improvement, so why not check out today's sponsor, Rank.C. Rank.C is one of the best tools on the market to help anyone improve their game. After connecting your Steam account and linking your match token, they'll download all of your matches and generate a detailed analysis of your gameplay. Their dashboard page also provides you with access to a performance tab, which gives you a variety of stats you can look at along with your overall team stats right below it. They also have an AI assistant named Bob that can give you instant tips on how you can improve. Scrolling down even reveals your rank distribution, personal best, and your top maps. In the matches tab, you can look at individual games to see detailed stats, including your strengths and weaknesses. Another thing you can do here is use their 2D map, which allows you to rewatch the game from a new perspective. This is a great place to see overall things that your team did well or poorly and what you can improve on in the future. Next is their highlights tab, where you can create and edit highlights in up to 4K 60 FPS. With one click, you can add them to the editor and tweak them with a wide range of effects to enhance the highlight. Lastly is their training zone, where you can practice with their peak or pre-fire servers. This is a great way to train your reflexes and aim, along with the proper way to clear common angles. With all of these features, Rank.C should be the only subscription you'll ever need to improve at Counter-Strike. But if you use the link in the description, you can get a free trial for 30 days. And back to the video. We're thrilled to launch the Play Like s1mple project and provide gamers with a unique opportunity to learn from one of the best in the business, said s1mple. Whether you're a casual player looking to improve your skills, better understand the game, and achieve a champion mindset, or a great pro aiming to take your game to the next level, this program has something for everyone. I wish someone could have shared these skills with me when I just started my journey in CS.
Stop the cap.
What's the Kalshi line and whether or not s1mple actually said this or if it was just completely written by AI? I mean, the odds cannot be looking good. What is this, man? A few weeks after this initial teaser, Play Like s1mple would officially release, and it seemed like after a few days it would be a huge success, as there would already be 80,000 registered users. This of course included free users along with paid users. Let's just say that around 10% of those 80,000 users were paid. For a price of around $100 per year, that is around $800,000. I feel like even that is like a low estimate, but we'll go with that. It seemed like s1mple and FACEIT had absolutely struck gold. But it also seemed like it was even more popular than even they had thought it would be, because within the first day, the website would run into multiple issues: downtime, jitters, and just completely overloaded due to the high amount of signups. Although these small issues wouldn't even begin to scratch the surface of this complete dumpster fire. Once people began purchasing the course, they would notice something incredibly concerning. These initial videos weren't just bad, they were absolutely terrible. It consisted of s1mple sitting at a setup, no clipping around an empty map, and rambling about each topic, saying play this spot, throw this nade.
Teammate, what he's doing, like he's checking, he can say 3, 4, he can just leave me, it's fine. I will try to get like 2-3 kills, but I know that my teammates will rotate to A side and no one will be on A side. But the problem is that I can give a weapon from this position.
You would genuinely be better off watching free tutorials on YouTube. It didn't even matter that s1mple was the one speaking. What about the monthly community tournaments with cash prizes that was also promised? It never happened once. A private Discord server to communicate with s1mple and co. How about instead of that, you get a public Discord server with no s1mple, no friends, one single mod, and a bunch of very angry customers. Private streams? No. Giveaways? No. And events?
No.
There was not a single thing in this entire course that was promised besides sloppy, paywalled tutorial videos. But even that wasn't fully done to completion. Originally, there was 70 videos that were promised, and you couldn't even get half of them. There would only be a total of 19 videos before they would eventually get completely privated so no one could view them. And maybe even worse, if at this point you're a little upset about absolutely getting scammed, good f***ing luck contacting anyone involved. Support tickets were absolutely broken, and if you went into their public Discord to ask for a refund, once again, good luck. The one mod was absolutely useless, and if you did manage to get him to respond, it would be the most brick-ass response imaginable.
There is no moderation on this Discord. I mean, there is one moderator, but it seems that he gave up. Here you can see he literally just replied a laughing emoji to a complaint.
There was quite literally no way for users to get refunds unless they disputed the purchase with their bank. And so everyone's finally coming to the conclusion that at this point, the unthinkable might have happened. The community may have just gotten scammed by s1mple.
Why you bully me?
But even still, there was this level of disbelief, like, no way s1mple would use his name value and brand to scam all of his fans. Why would he do that after the absolutely incredible career that he had? It just makes no sense. But then again, it isn't like washed pros haven't done this before. I'm looking at you, Stewie and Jacob. But the deeper you look into it, it wasn't even just the fans that got scammed, but content creators as well. Valve's intern is a TikToker who has over 100,000 followers, and he'd be approached by All-Star Promotion, one of the companies behind Play Like s1mple. They wanted even more reach for the project, so they'd agree to pay Valve's intern $700 for 6 TikToks. The conversation would seemingly go well, and they'd even glaze him for the cherry on top. But then he would get this message. After he was supposed to get paid, they would respond with, "Yeah, sorry, I've sent it to our accountant to pay," but they didn't do it. Surely at this point, alarm bells start to go off. And well, it looks like that would be the last message they ever sent to him. This would all be shared on Twitter, and Valve's intern also added, "I want to emphasize that it's probably not s1mple's fault, but the company that handles the course, All-Stars Promotion." But the issue with that statement is what he might not have known, is All-Stars Promotion is owned by s1mple. CS legend s1mple announces All-Stars Promotion, a new education esports program, during the HLTV Awards 2023 broadcast. The project is in partnership with his brother, Alexei. All-Stars Promotion is an educational esports program launching in April 2024 that will offer coaching and community tournaments. So I mean, you you know, you cannot blame s1mple and blame All-Stars Promotion. At the end of the day, All-Stars Promotion is also s1mple. So this would then lead us to another question. Who is mostly behind this? Is it mostly s1mple's idea, or is it a suit from ESL Faceit Group? Could this be one of those like influencer crypto rug pull situations when a shady company approaches an influencer, says the coin will be a good long-term project, and the influencer thinks, sure, this is a good idea and I'm gonna get paid for it, and then the company rug pulls everyone and leaves their fans holding the bag? Was someone from ESL Faceit using s1mple and his name value to scam his fans with a course they never fully intended on completing? Maybe, but ESL Faceit in itself isn't like this small shady company. They're still like this huge one of the biggest companies that is involved with Counter-Strike, so that also makes like damn near no sense. Anyways, the service would continue to collapse over the next few months, the entire time still accepting new members and still being advertised on s1mple's Twitter. It looked like it was over for anyone who bought the course. They had all been scammed. But then around the same time, all of s1mple's tutorials went private. Then users would begin to randomly receive refunds. The Play Like s1mple team actually wouldn't scam the entire community and completely ruin s1mple's reputation, but it would still give it quite a big hit due to the complete failure of the entire project. At least at the end of the day, everyone was getting their money back. Users who hadn't even requested refunds were still getting their money back. One of the weird parts though is all of this was done without a single word from s1mple or anyone else behind the project. As of today, the website has been completely deleted, and most tweets relating to it have also been deleted, as if they were completely trying to wipe it from history. s1mple and ESL Faceit had taken a page out of modern-day AAA gaming studios. Overpromise and absolutely underdeliver. I truly want to know if this was originally s1mple's idea, or if he was approached by someone from ESL Faceit and they were like, hey, I have a genius business idea. I really don't know. Maybe s1mple did want to make a course because, I mean, look at what all of these fuckers during this time were doing on Instagram. They go, oh, I'll teach you the secret on how to make 10, 20K a month. It's very, very easy. Let me show you the process. Look at me. I can drop ship. And the entire time, the process was just you. It was you buying the course. That's how they were making 10, 20K a month. And I mean, like, that stuff was huge at the time. It's kind of like around when it was really, really blowing up. And I mean, it still is extremely huge. So I can kind of understand wanting to cash in on all of that. But if you're going to cash in on something, at least make it somewhat worth people's time. You better have higher quality stuff than the free videos on YouTube. It better at least be coherent, and you better at least deliver everything you've promised to the fans, and maybe not cut out 95% of it. Many people also pointed out after all of this that just because s1mple was a great player does not mean that he will also be a great teacher. And honestly, I completely agree with this. Being able to teach and make easily digestible, useful content is a completely different skill set from just flicking on people in a game. And let's be honest here, I don't think s1mple is one of the worst people to do a course like this, but I feel like there are certainly better options out there. And I feel like that's just completely based on like the player he was throughout his career. I would 10 out of 10 times rather have a course from ZywOo than I would from s1mple. And it's not because I think ZywOo was like this generationally better player than s1mple, but because ZywOo has simply mastered the basics of the game, and that's what makes him such a great player. Game sense, crosshair placement, nades, positioning. I feel like he can do it all damn near flawlessly. And those things you can truly teach to any player. s1mple was of course good at all of these things, but what separated him from the rest was his pure raw mechanics and just unreal flicks. And that unfortunately is just simply not as easy to teach, at least in my opinion. So at the end of the day, do I really think this was more of s1mple's fault, or do I think it was a greedy suit who just wanted to make a bunch of money? I feel like you have to split the blame 50-50.
50-50.
But I'm going to take the optimistic route here, and I really don't think s1mple or someone from ESL Faceit was trying to scam their fans. s1mple has already made so much money throughout his career. He's been through so much. ESL Faceit Group is such a ginormously huge company. Neither one of them needed to go out of their way to make this extra money, I feel like. So to me, it makes more sense that they wanted to make this good product, a good actual helpful course, and they were just absolutely unprepared for how big of a project it would really be. And I mean, we can go through the complete amount of sins they committed throughout this project. Play Like s1mple wasn't even close to everything they said it would have. have, and the video tutorials were just not that useful. The project had horrible infrastructure. There was not nearly enough people working on it, for at least for the scale that it was supposed to be and that they said it would be. s1mple was just not really a great teacher for the students, I guess. A lot of it was just incoherent rambling and absolutely not structured in the slightest. The company had horrible communication with all of the customers. Like I said earlier, you just could not get in touch with anyone. It was completely overhyped, didn't have nearly enough value over the free alternatives, of course scammed content creators, and it didn't seem like they had a very good exit/refund strategy. So instead of actually sending out a message and making a post about anything, they just quietly refunded the users and completely deleted everything. So to me, this just seems like incompetent management, incompetent leadership over the project. So no, I do not believe s1mple or ESL Faceit purposefully tried to scam their audience. They just know what it's like to be a AAA gaming studio now. So to end us off, listen, s1mple by any means was not a stranger to controversy throughout his career, but this is an incredibly unfortunate blemish to end off your incredible career with Na'Vi. But hey man, it is what it is. It happened now. It's the past. And all s1mple can do if he ever tries to do some bullshit like this again is learn from it and just do better next time, or just don't do it again, ever. But anyways, that's it for me today, fellas. I hope you enjoyed the video. Liking if you liking, subscribing if you subscribing, and notificationing if you're notificationing. And I will see all of you guys later.